What is up, Sparks? Welcome back to Sparkplug TV. My name is Chris and I do car reviews for literally everybody, not just car enthusiasts. Look at this gorgeous piece of machinery I have on the channel today. It's the 2024 Volvo S60 Recharge. Welcome back to the channel. Located 5 minutes from South Point Mall off of I-40, Johnson Volvo of Durham is the #1 volume Volvo dealership in North Carolina. And I mean, look at how modern and luxurious this showroom is. Thanks again, Johnson Volvo of Durham. Link in the description below. Of course, this being a luxury car, it's got hands-free locking. You know, there was a study done that said that humans love to be greeted, and cars are starting to greet their humans like that. And I really love the greeting that Volvo does for you when you get in it. It's just very like, hello, but in like the most musical way possible. All right, so when we start the engine up, or I guess in this case the battery, I do love this twist to start. It's just unique, it's different. And then of course the crystal gear selector. And I mean, 450 horsepower, this thing is so powerful, especially for a Volvo. I mean, you know, especially when the base model S60 without the electric power has like 300 some odd horsepower, which is still pretty decent. All right, but I did just turn it into power mode, which automatically turns on the engine, and then so it just statically stays on, and it is ready to rumble at all times. So here we go. Well, actually, let me turn down the fan. Oh my God. Woo! Woo! Is that fast? It is so quick. I cannot get over how quick this thing is. And it's just so confident on the road too, especially when it gets up to go. Now, if you don't like the way that the steering feels, and you know, I think that the comfort factor definitely comes into play here with the steering, so it does feel a little disconnected from the road. You can click the steering feeling firm button, which is suggestive in and of itself. I mean, there's the creep button and then the steering feeling firm button. I mean, those are two hilariously named buttons, I think, that Volvo decided to name, I guess. It does elicit a bit more contact feel between the steering wheel and the road. It might not be as immediate as, say, like a BMW 3 Series or an Audi A4 or a C-Class Mercedes, but, you know, it does elicit just a tiny bit more feeling to it. But I don't know. I like the way that it handles. I think that it is confident enough in terms of like handling capability, but we'll definitely get into that when I get into more of the windier roads. Gonna take our first corner here. Oh my God, this all right, so I know that there are publications out there that say that this, out of all of the other imported vehicles into the States, that this might not be the most athletic out of all of them. And we're talking about Mercedes, Audi, BMW, etc. I don't know, man. Just from like a general perspective where I have driven, you know, some sports cars, I think this kind of ranks up there with the other sports cars. You know, and the 0 to 60 in the S60 Recharge anyway, with the 450 horsepower, is 4.1 seconds, which is pretty blistering fast. I mean, that's like as fast, if not just a tiny bit faster than a 911 Carrera, depending on what 911 you have and depending on what year it is. I mean, it is just, it's so fast, and you know, for a price of $65,000, like, this is pretty fast. You know, the other thing that I will say about it is, like, I love how quiet the cabin is. You can hear a tiny bit of road noise, but that's about it. It is, I mean, it's a car, right? I mean, you're gonna, unless you're in like a Rolls Royce or a Maybach something or other, like you're gonna hear just a tiny bit of road noise. But I think that for this level, I mean, it's so comfortable on just like a daily cruiser. Like these seats are so comfortable. You know, this wool is just so gorgeous. All right, let me switch it back into hybrid mode because I do want to talk about the other thing, which is the fact that like, whereas last week I had the CX-90 and the electric motor kind of felt like it sounded like a hair dryer. Let me slow down a little bit. This one, like if I put it into pure actually, so pure being the all electric mode, yeah, you can't hear anything. You can't hear anything but the wheels spinning. That is what I want out of an electric car. You know what? This Turbo 4 too sounds really good. Like, all right, so the other thing is when you put it into, let's say, either pure or hybrid or even power mode if you wanted, and because at first I was like, where is the regenerative braking in this thing? So it's actually located in the gear selector. So if you're in drive, you click it down once again and it'll go down into B mode, which is braking. I'm assuming that it's the braking mode. There's no kind of selecting, you know, different styles of braking. While you can firm up the steering, you cannot lessen or firm up the regenerative braking. It's just got one regenerative braking style and it's pretty hefty. I mean, it really, really brakes the car. And, you know, I haven't really, because this is a PHEV, I haven't really enacted the regenerative braking that much because I do kind of want to drive this like a regular car. Oh, my God. Oh, there's a Camry. Oh my God. That was a Camry wagon. I haven't seen one of those in forever. You know what, one thing I haven't tested out a whole lot is the manual shifting, especially in power mode. And I am going to test that out today, just because, you know, I am trying to drive this as dynamically as possible. And while the transmission itself, the 8-speed transmission, is really responsive and it's really well executed, I do kind of want to see what it would be like to shift it myself. You know, I'm a shifty girly. Oh, that doesn't sound positive, actually. What, a shifty girl? That's... All right, here we go. Whoa. Holy sh**. Whoa, wow. It did shift for me, so it's not necessarily like its own manual mode. It definitely shifted for me up into third gear but it's like, why would you have a manual mode if you're not gonna trust the driver? If they're putting it into manual mode, then they have to know what they're doing, right? Am I wrong in that sense? But I am very, very pleasantly surprised by how quick and responsive this thing is when it comes to accelerating. It is insane. But the one thing that I will say negatively or in a critique-like fashion about the powertrain itself is that there is a bit of turbo lag. I'm not gonna lie. There is, unless you have it in power mode, like there is definitely some turbo lag. Okay, y'all, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that bell icon so that you get notified whenever I drop a new video. And yes, I actually stopped the car today for my final thoughts. Okay, my final thoughts are these. Yes, I would like one. Okay, that's the video. Just kidding. I am obsessed with this. When this rolled into my driveway, I was like, first of all, it's stunning. It's gorgeous. Second of all, I'm sure that the base model S60 non-PHEV is probably wanting in the powertrain, but the powertrain for this, especially with the all-wheel drive, it actually feels like an all-wheel drive. It performs like a sports car, but it's also very docile when you want it to. Now, sports car enthusiasts will probably balk at the fact that like the steering is a little lackadaisical, but I think that with the fact that you can firm up, I hate that word, but the fact that you can firm up the steering and just the general handling anyways, right? I mean, it's really, really good. I love the different drive modes. I love the transmission. I love how comfortable it is and how responsive and how well handling the suspension is, how quiet it is on the road, how comfortable it is on the highway, how comfortable it is in general. The only thing that I would probably have a qualm with is kind of like the switching between the different power modes, which is like between the electric motor and the petrol engine. Now, again, not that big of a gripe because I think it is better than some of the other PHEVs I've tested recently. But I do think that the turbo lag is what kind of elicits some more want from me. You know, BMW came up with the dual scroll singular turbo. You know, maybe other car brands should kind of get behind that because it does kind of negate the turbo lag. And I think that the turbo lag, albeit present in this one, isn't heinous, but it's enough for me to complain about, if that makes sense. Yeah, I don't know. Other than that, I mean, like, it performs so beautifully, and it's so stunning on the road. Like, you wouldn't think about it unless you know what you're looking at, right? But yeah, 8.5 out of 10. Am I doing that now? 8.5 out of 10, and especially for driving. For driving, I'd probably give it like a 9 out of 10. I love the way that this thing drives. All right, that's the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys next time. Bye-bye. Hey, Sparks. Thanks for watching today's video. Do you want more Sparkplug TV content? Then you can choose one of these 3 options. Right over here. The middle button is to subscribe to my channel, so please do that. Right over here. These 3. I can't see them in real life, but they're right here.